You know what he's gone and done this week? Have a guess. Have a guess. He's bloody not turned up, hasn't he? He's gone on holiday.
I'm sorry.
We've got Rory instead. I'll tell you, people people are leaving in their droves.
Boo, yeah. The retention on this is over now.
Yeah,
10 seconds.
They love James.
I know, and rightly so.
They absolutely love him.
And rightly so. I mean, I feel ashamed to be trying to fill these shoes.
I mean, thank you.
It's a pleasure to be invited and all that, but look, I feel your pain. I feel sorry for you as well. So.
Yeah, but it's either Rory or no one.
And you had to really weigh it up.
Yeah. I did say to you in the messages, I said, Rory, it's either you, or no one. We're not going to put it out this week.
And just about, you shows me.
Just thought, all right, I've got to give it a go. How are you doing, mate? How have you been?
Good, yeah, all very well, actually.
Must be happy with Chelsea.
Chelsea are great. A few little one hiccup.
One draw against West Ham.
One draw against West Ham. But yeah, I mean, things have been really good. It's far better than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
New manager coming in.
Playing nice football.
New system. And it's not easy to do that. And the fact that he's managed to do it, hit the ground running, played 7, won 6. You can't really complain, can you?
Not at all. I mean, Chelsea are in this weird sort of flux constantly. And you have a manager, does great, wins the league, and then it falls apart. And then you get a new manager and rebuild.
This isn't that. This is supposed to not be that.
No, I don't think it is either. I don't anticipate that happening to Chelsea this time. Sorry, doesn't seem like that. He's kind of... It's like with Conte last season, or even the season when you won the league, he seemed a little bit more abrasive.
Yeah.
And they seemed to be his way or the highway, and he had that history of doing it, as did Mourinho. And sometimes some of the more mercurial managers come with them some baggage.
Yeah.
But Sarri isn't the successful manager so much as he is... he delivers quality football.
Exactly, and I think that the point that Chelsea have tried to do here, and what the chairman and the board have tried to implement, is to move away from those impact managers. So somebody who comes in with a huge proven track record. Mourinho won a Champions League. Conte won 3 Premier Leagues in a row in Italy. We've moved away from that. We haven't just gone for the obvious win, which can result in an obvious win, but then can have issues.
Yeah.
We've now gone for what should be a long-term strategy. Somebody who has a blueprint, a style of football, a future, and somebody who's going to hopefully implement their system over the next decade.
Yeah. I mean, is there a risk though? Because it seems like the easiest thing to go to, but as Sarri hasn't had the success of the previous managers that you've had, you talk to Chelsea fans and it's always been about winning trophies. Just for you, you're in it to win it kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Whereas I've been on the kind of more philosophical viewpoint where, I'm enjoying watching Spurs play and trophies be a bonus. And perhaps that attitude isn't what gets trophies. You need everybody pulling in that direction.
You're right. There's 2 problems. One of the problems is you can't ask somebody to come in, distribute this new style of play, an incisive game. It takes time. You can't ask somebody to do that, but then be trigger happy as soon as it starts going wrong. And I'm not entirely sure how our board will react to Chelsea playing 4 games, winning none. So that would be very interesting. And the second thing, and I think you're right, it is a valid concern, is the fact that we haven't won any, or the fact that he hasn't ever won a trophy.
Yeah.
My answer to that would be, I remember a few years ago when I was going to Chelsea, we got Big Phil Scolari in. He was our manager.
Yep.
And he came in with the best pedigree possible. Won the World Cup. Doesn't get bigger. That was the worst manager we've ever had.
Yeah.
So, what does it matter?
It doesn't matter, but Sarri seems to find himself in a situation where he's at a club that's significant, and no doubt Chelsea are, but there's always this kind of monolithic or unstoppable club in front of him that he has to topple that he hasn't been able to. And in that, I'm saying Manchester City. They look more fallible this season than they did last season, but they're comparable to...
Why do people say that? Because you're not the first person who said that to me, but I couldn't disagree more.
Well, I would say that because...
Because they drew to Wolves?
And they lost to Lyon at home.
Right, OK.
So I would... They have... Go on, what do you...
Well, every time I've watched them play, they're wicked. They're wicked.
Right,
and everyone goes, this year they're not looking up to it, are they?
I think it's...
What are you talking about?
But from fans, you're hopeful of that. You don't want this destructible force to run away with the Premier League again, because last year it was pretty shit.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe you're right.
I think people are just being optimistic. I've seen nothing in the Manchester City games that I've watched. And look, don't get me wrong, I haven't watched them week in, week out. I didn't even see the game against Lyon.
Yeah.
However, when I have watched them, I watched them score 5 on the weekend. I did that kick-off and they had that game on. The other side couldn't get the ball off. They're wicked.
Yeah.
It's not... Every time I've seen City play, they've looked brilliant. They blew Arsenal away on the opening day.
Yeah.
They put 5 past Cardiff. I haven't seen anything to suggest... What may have happened is other teams may have got stronger. So Liverpool are better, Chelsea are better. And therefore, it might be a closer race because of the improvements of others. But I don't necessarily think it's going to be a closer race because of the failings of City.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually. I've probably been a bit more
It's a shame. I was hoping that you were going to convince me.
No, I can't.
Adam's fidgeting on that chair. It's driving me mad.
What are you doing? Adam on the ones and twos once again. He's sitting on a chair that's... You make me sick. You don't, actually. I love him very much.
I love him, but that was making me sick. That was annoying.
Yeah, everybody has their frailties, don't they? No wonder why you can't keep a relationship together. By choice.
She dumped him again. Dumped again.
God keeps getting
We'll
dumped.
talk after.
No, there's no buzz in that this week because a person who apparently in the comments last week, someone said that they're watching it and his sister happened to glance and said, "Oh, I slept with that guy."
James.
No, me.
Oh, really?
Why did you go to James straight away?
No, I mean, I'm fully aware that you aren't a virgin. Oh, no, it could be you. I don't know why I went James. So you...
Well, apparently I did.
Do you remember this occasion?
I'm quite bad in that there are several encounters that I don't...
You're like Joey and Friends. You could go back to the house and
not that bad. Not that bad, but I don't... Yeah, I had a period in my life where I was frivolous with my penis.
Okay.
Anyway, back to... You mentioned about Liverpool... being there, being stronger this year. Obviously, this weekend, massive game. The League Cup result doesn't matter. It doesn't impact. No. There was changes across the board. I don't care about the result. What I am interested from a Premier League perspective is this contest between Chelsea and Liverpool, because these are the two teams that for me, have impressed the most. Man City, you expect it. They should be doing this. Chelsea changed their system completely, changed their manager completely. You'd expect a transitional period. Liverpool, you expected to kick on, but you didn't know how well it would go for them. And they've been the shining light out of everybody. Chelsea and Liverpool have been the two shining lights of the Premier League.
And within those two, it's Liverpool.
Some would say that Liverpool haven't been tested yet, although Spurs away is a test, of course.
Absolutely.
So where are you at? Going into this weekend,
I'm very excited. The rivalry between Chelsea and Liverpool is something that excites me anyway.
We'll come on to that.
It's a huge game. And going to Anfield or them coming to Stamford Bridge, it's always one of the fixtures in the season that you look for.
Yeah.
The fact that the rivalry is starting up again, the fact that we're playing each other twice in 3 days is only a good thing. And I think it's a real test for both clubs. How significant it's going to be at the end of the season, I'm not quite sure, because I don't actually think that Chelsea are challenging for the league.
Really?
Not really. If Chelsea beat Liverpool, then I think maybe we are.
Why though? Because it's not a points thing, is it? Is it a statement thing?
I think it's a statement. I think it's a statement. Basically, our fixtures have been quite kind. The fixture that we played Arsenal, first home game of the season, and we won the game, and it was brilliant. Beating Arsenal is always great, and especially for somebody like me of an era where they always battered us. So I loved it. I had a fantastic day that day. But as soon as you come away from the stadium and you sort of analyse what you just watched, you think, how didn't Arsenal score 5 in that first half?
Yeah. You seemed very open at the back.
And if we're like that...
Has that been eradicated at all?
No.
Right.
No. And in fact, it could have got worse because we've done something in midfield that frees up... Like Kante now plays slightly further forward, which obviously doesn't offer the protection to the back line. I imagine that will change for Liverpool.
Yeah.
But basically, Arsenal were very profligate that day, and we got away with it.
Do you hear that?
But
profligate.
It's correct, isn't it?
It's an amazing word. I don't know what it means.
It's definitely correct.
All right. No, that's great.
I'm scared now. You're making me doubt myself.
Let us know in the comments below.
It's like wasteful.
If profligate.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great word. I've never used it before.
Right. I hope.
Let us know in the comments below. Profligate. Is it a word?
I'm scared now. See, you don't get that with James. But Arsenal were really, really wasteful that day, and Liverpool's front three are so scary. And in Roberto Firmino, I don't know if I got this wrong because I said something on Twitter, right? I said on Twitter, Roberto Firmino is everything I want Alvaro Morata to be, and loads of Chelsea fans got at me. They're like, "How can you say that?"
No, it's a fair comment. He's incredible.
Firmino's wicked, isn't he? He's proper good.
So when Spurs played Liverpool at Wembley, Liverpool undoubtedly were the much better side. They could have scored 7. It was embarrassing at times, although we were pushing the game in the second half and it created a lot of space. You had Salah, Mane, you got Naby Keita, starting, but it was Firmino, who was the class act in
I
that
completely
side.
agree.
It
I
was
think
the
he's the
deft
best player.
touches,
Yeah.
and he just creates so much space by his vision and his work rate as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I completely agree. But
what were people on Chelsea fans saying?
Chelsea fans are on my back about it. Yeah, don't get me wrong, you've got a lot of favourites in that, but I also get a lot of comments where I just have to block.
You block people on Twitter?
Oh, I block readily. Yeah, I'm a serial blocker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you cuss me down, you're
I'm a
blocked.
serial muter.
Yeah, I know, you muted me.
Oh, you're still muted.
Which is, oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's why you didn't see that pearl of wisdom about Morata and Firmino.
I wouldn't see any of it.
See, that's appalling.
It's not appalling.
That's
I don't
my friend.
I don't want to see your bullshit about Chelsea.
That's my friend.
The first time I followed you, the very first time I followed you, the next tweet was about Tottenham, and then I looked at your profile, and it's you celebrating in the Chelsea end after beating us in the FA Cup last week. I mean, yeah, or in the league. I'm like, do I need this in my life? I love you, Rory, right? But
you
I don't.
You clearly don't.
What? Not enough to read your bollocks, though.
But you see, what you do is you lure me into this false sense because I see that you follow me, so I assume that we have this bond, and we don't.
Well, no, we do. I'm being honest with you.
It's rude to mute friends, isn't it? I'm not being weird here. You're being weird. You're
you...
being weird, telling me that it's not weird. You're going, yeah, it's fine. I muted you, as if I should go, yeah, of course, no problem.
No,
you're being weird. You're making me feel weird.
No, I'm just saying I don't want to read all that Chelsea stuff. If you can create another one, if it's just a Rory Jennings, I'd love it.
But the thing is, I don't even tweet that often.
I don't want to see any of it.
I'm a tweet a day max.
I don't want to see any of it.
Well,
they're all muted. You should see my mute list. It's insane.
So you're not a blocker?
No, because I feel like blocking's a sign of weakness.
Oh, really? I see it as a sign of strength. I reckon lions in the jungle would block.
You reckon?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm a lion in this jungle.
Fair enough.
Fuck.
So Liverpool are that team though. They are the team that seems to going to be challenge Chelsea, Man City. You are, by your own admission, perhaps not going to be the side this year. I think maybe you will be, and I think the defence will potentially get sorted out. But
I just think City will be 15 points clear by January. Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah, I really do think.
It's a shame because it just shows you that you can financially dope any league. The Premier League's the most competitive league.
Wow, you're going to say that? Yeah, that.
It's financial doping. It's not doping like.
Oh, sorry, financial. Sorry, forgive me. I like the way that you just went in on that. Like, but you mean financial doping?
Yeah, I mean that you're getting unfair advantage by the amount of money you can spend.
Okay. Well, I wasn't suggesting anything other than financial either.
No drugs.
No, absolutely not.
No, I mean I think they're probably all on it, aren't they?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
I don't mean Man City.
I have no thoughts.
Every footballer.
Mate,
There's too much money at
stake. I might get sued.
Mate.
Somebody might end up with about.
Look, we're alleging. We're having
allegedly, and then you're fine.
That's not true, by the way. That can't get you out of
true.
That's how it's implied. I'm saying that I'm posing the question, and you can let us know in the comments below what you think. But is football immune when every other sport seems to not be? Why is football immune to doping accusations? I know there's been instances in the past, but when there's so much money involved in business, and football is a business, I can't see a world where owners and the doctors of these clubs don't seek to find every advantage they can. And there was entire state doping in Russia.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I think it's arrogant to think that football is above it.
I think sometimes as well, when you look at certain players and you see what they were and then you see what they become. Like, a good example of this is Gareth Bale.
Incredible, yeah.
Have you ever seen James Milner with his top off?
No.
Fucking ripped.
What you're saying? Are you saying James?
I'm not saying that. I'm just acknowledging how ripped he is. And I remember when he played for Leeds and he was like scrawny little lad.
Yeah.
Now he's Lou Ferrigno in The Incredible Hulk.
Obviously, no one knows anything, and they're going to prove it. And I'm not suggesting it even happens. I'm just looking at it logically. There's so much money at stake.
Chances are.
Maybe. Who knows? So going into the game, you are excited. There is a massive rivalry between Liverpool and Chelsea. It's another one in ones. It's not a rivalry, but
it's a beautiful one.
There is something between you not because they're geographically significant, but there's so much happened, didn't there?
Do you know what you said? When you said geographically, then I actually hadn't thought of this. But do you know what? You're right, because Chelsea fans. I'm going massively en masse here.
Yeah.
But Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans, if you look at it en masse, are polar opposite. If you look at sort of what a Liverpool fan believes and the way that the world, socio-economically, politically, every aspect. Typical Chelsea fan, typical Liverpool fan. There is nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
Yeah.
There is just a huge disparity in the way that they view the world, and that manifests itself even more in a stadium.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a very tribal thing. And
that's a great point. And then you add the fact that there has been fierce competition between the two of you.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
you're talking about the Champions League games, FA Cup games, the playoff in 2003.
Exactly. Well,
when
that's
Chelsea
what got
tried
us
to sign
Abramovich.
Gerrard and he put in a transfer request.
Yeah,
after
the Demba
Istanbul.
Ba game. I mean, this goes on forever. The Demba Ba game, the John Arisa game, the Ivanovic. Like, it goes on and on and on. Luis Garcia. We don't talk about that one. But yeah, the rivalry between Chelsea and Liverpool is absolutely fascinating, and it should actually be given more, because it's actually kind of more interesting than normal rivalry. So Chelsea and West Ham is a football rivalry. Chelsea and Tottenham, me and you, it's a football rivalry. Whereas Chelsea and Liverpool, it kind of transcends football. It becomes more than football for a lot of people. And I think it kind of makes it more interesting.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just, I hate you because you support Tottenham. Whereas Chelsea and Tottenham fans, Chelsea and West Ham fans, probably agree on a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, you get in the back of a cab, chances are he's a Chelsea, Tottenham or a West Ham fan.
Yeah.
He's going to agree and say the same sort of things about anything other than football.
Mostly, yeah.
Whereas when you start talking to a Liverpool fan, the way they view the world is very different.
Yeah, so there is other things going on, isn't there? And you think about the best rivalries in the world, they're often things they're loaded by other things.
So Celtic Rangers being a prime example.
Yeah, yes, you're right. I mean, and that's what's so fascinating about it. So your feelings going into it, you are nervous, or you're...
Yeah, so nervous. Liverpool are the most electric team in the league. I think City are the best team in the league, but in terms of just that electricity that is gonna stun you, like, there's only one place that you really think there's a possibility of being 3-0 down after 6 minutes. Yeah. And that's Anfield.
Absolutely.
That doesn't happen at City. It doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm looking forward to it. It's one of those tentpole moments in the football calendar. Chelsea versus Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. It's very rare now. You know, occasionally, like, I go to football every week, but football can be a bit of a chore. You know, if you're playing Blackburn Rovers at home in the League Cup, you go in, but you might nip out 10 minutes early or whatever, because, and I know I'm going to get grief for saying that, but that's the reality of somebody who goes to football 40 times a year. It can become a bit of an effort. Liverpool is the antidote to that. Liverpool at home is, you know, I'll get down to the ground early, I'll be in a pub early, I'll be soaking up the atmosphere very early.
And we'll invite the team coaching and stuff. It's almost like European.
Exactly, it's big. It's big. And you know what? All that stuff that Liverpool do, again, there's something else I said on Twitter. I'm so supportive of the way they do that. You know what they did to that City coach?
Yeah.
And
I remember, you're saying that smashing it up was a good thing.
I don't know if... not
ethically good, but
not ethically good,
a positive
but I like
impact on the game for
Liverpool. Absolutely. And I think the way that Liverpool do it, it's only to be admired. I like all that. Yeah. I think it's great. All the smoke bombs in the atmosphere. Football's so sanitised these days. It's great that they manage to play by their own rules.
Yeah, I mean, they are a club unique in that respect, certainly in England. And they do... I've talked about this before, but they're unified in everything. Yeah, seemingly.
Yeah,
from the outside, you know, if it's about defending Suarez, we're going to do this together.
Yes,
for the betterment of our club. Yeah. If it's about...
you're right. That's very interesting as well. Whereas Chelsea fans hate each other.
I think every club.
Chelsea fans hate each other.
It's quite normal in British support for there to be segregated fan bases.
Do you know what's happened online now at Chelsea? Well, obviously, I talk to sort of an online community. There is a group on Twitter who referred to... It was very funny. They referred to Charlie Skillen. I don't disagree with them, by the way. Everything they said about him was completely spot on.
This is Charlie Skillen who's on CFC Fan TV.
He's on CFC Fan TV. But they quote tweeted him and went, "This match-going idiot." Like, he was referred to as a match-going idiot. So the online community, who probably aren't in England, hate match-going supporters.
Is it because match-going supporters have a sense of elitism, like they're better? And you know...
The online community... So there was a time last year at Stamford Bridge where Antonio Conte, the online community wanted him out and saw what was going on and said, this bloke needs to leave. In the stadium, he had his name sung for 20 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So they were being very frustrated at what was happening in the stadium, and it caused a divide.
That's interesting, isn't it? I think the best barometer of support and the most logical and understanding section of the fan base is the away day.
Yes.
People that go away, they're generally the last people to turn on a problem.
Yes.
In my experience, certainly at Tottenham.
Yeah, but
even
you see
Sissoko gets support away from home.
You see what the online community would say is those idiots. Like, this is what's been levelled at me. It's these idiots in the pub before the game. All they care about is the social. They're not into the football. They're into the social. It's a very weird way to look at it. I think
it is weird, and it is weird because obviously Bull Street and all of us have all got our own little projects going on, and we rely on social media and these people to create audience.
Exactly.
But it's frustrating from our age. We're the same age.
Yeah,
we started going football at the same time, and football for us, we sound like old men here, but football for us was all you had was going to the game. You had nothing else.
Exactly. But do you know what? I think I do understand the hostility from sections of a match-going support who don't like our world, this world, in fact. I sort of understand it, but my argument to that is, I only think that a podcast about football, a fan channel about football, I only think that's a modern-day extension of a fanzine.
Yeah.
Nobody hates fanzines.
No.
Nobody says fanzines out of football.
But they were part of the traditional makeup of football back then.
But when they first came up,
it's just new media.
It's just new media. It's the next thing from a fanzine is a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think there are prominent examples as to why, because there's been some very, huge success stories in this where people don't like it, filming yourself celebrating a goal, which I've never done. I wouldn't take time out of my day to have a go at somebody who did, but I kind of see the point.
Yeah, I'm in a similar situation. So I don't see it doesn't wind me up that people do it. I wouldn't do it either. But at Spurs, we've got a couple of people, vloggers who get a lot of stick. And Spurs are a different type of football club to Arsenal, where it's seemingly accepted now.
Yeah.
We have a different fan base who are quite traditional, who are aging.
Yeah. And
even the young ones who are kind of influenced by the old way of watching football, they're the most vociferous.
Yes.
And there is a clash between two cultures.
Yeah.
And it's not going to go away. Well, it'll go away as the older generation dies off.
Yes.
Anyway, so win, draw, lose. How's it going to work out?
I think because we're at home, we have to win. I think Chelsea Football Club have to win the home games, at least. And we need to be winning a serious percentage of our away games as well. But if this game were being played at Anfield, I would take a draw right now.
Absolutely. Right.
We have to take a win.
Room 69. This is the place where we send people that piss us off at football for always. You know about this, don't you?
I know, but I'm dreading it.
You're dreading it?
I'm dreading it.
All right. So current incumbents are Ronaldo, David Moyes, McLaren, Pardew, people that are, like Allardyce is in there as well. Just like it's time to just move on. Save us from yourself.
Can I just ask a question? Ronaldo being...
This is after
original Ronaldo, or
no, God, no. He won't fit in there. Right. But he's never that one.
Okay, so the Ronaldo, Ronaldo 7, Cristiano Ronaldo being in there makes me feel slightly better about my choice. But I'm very, very intimidated about what this section of the pod, because I think that anybody who's still listened and didn't switch off immediately, when they saw James wasn't here, is now going to switch off because they're going to hate me. This is very intimidating.
Who is it?
Are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
My suggestion...
I don't know, by the way.
My suggestion to Room 69, and I think that he has to go, is David Beckham. I know.
Ooh.
I'm very worried. You see, really, Adam's hating me. See, the reason...
Well, go on your reason. I'll decide whether or not he goes in or not, because I'm the gatekeeper.
I have a lot of reasons, but I'll start with my most obvious.
I can't understand this at all.
Okay, I think David Beckham... Because I'll tell you what's wrong with British society. I'll tell you where it's all going wrong for us. We've become a nation who can't hold a grudge.
I know where this is going now.
Right. I still hate David Beckham from 1998.
Mate,
I don't understand how he did what he did in 98. Everyone goes, no, he's sweet now. What? Mate, hold a grudge. That we're British. That's what we do. We hate people forever.
What, you don't forgive?
I never forgive and I never forget anyone.
He earn it.
Mate, Chelsea fans don't ever forgive. Rafael Benitez won us a European Cup and finished third in the league, and we still hate him. We are the very definition of things that aren't plastic. We are so true to our principle.
It's also detrimental.
Yeah, we will cut our nose off with pleasure. We will set our whole face on fire to be principled. And so Beckham 98 is my reason. Yeah. But there's loads of reasons, subsequent
Give me one more.
Okay, he's a 40-year-old man with a fucking earring. How's that?
I'm with you there. Absolutely, he's not going in room 69. I'm sorry, mate, you can't.
Is that fair? Can you do that?
Yeah, I'm the gatekeeper.
Is there not some sort of... Adam, can you have a vote here?
I don't think he should go in. But one thing you should know, Flav put Gareth Southgate in.
Yeah, Gareth Southgate, he's got to go.
What, post-World Cup?
He's lost it, isn't he? He's lost it. He won't change his system, Ad. He's fixated.
So Southgate's in there.
Yeah, Southgate's
Ronaldo is in there.
Ronaldo, yeah.
I don't see how you can put Ronaldo in and not put David Beckham in.
Because they're completely different temperaments. Ronaldo's an irritating.
Is there anything
being.
I can do here, or is this just your rule is fine? Are you a despot?
Your your job was to convince me in your opening gambit, but you didn't. So he's not going in. I'm going to go through a couple of things that he did. He scored that goal against Greece.
Yeah, which let's explore that then. This prick.
Well, just people don't know, in case they will know, but he scored a goal that meant that we didn't have to play Ukraine in the playoffs to get to the World Cup.
Okay, let's explore that. Somebody's going to have to look this up. But I remember at the time, it would have been, so we qualified, and it was Germany in the group, wasn't it? We scored that goal, which meant that we qualified in place of Germany. Germany had to go into a qualifier.
I can't remember.
Right, basically, if you look at England's journey to the World Cup final, to what would have been the World Cup final, or you look at the team that qualified, which I think was Germany, who got to the World Cup final.
Easier.
Yes. So that goal against Greece fucked us.
It's not his fault. He's not going in. I'm sorry, Rory.
Okay. Well, this is your pod, your rules, and there's very little I can do. But I'm a fan of democracy.
It was democratic. It was 2 versus 1.
Fair.
But in this democracy, 2 idiots can outweigh a genius. That's the problem with democracy.
Which is what's happened here.
Clearly. Last week, the trivia, we asked, who were the last 3 Fulham FC players to win full England caps?
Scott Parker.
No.
Steve Sidwell.
No, not a bad shout. No. One of them was Bobby Zamora. The other one played for Chelsea, was on loan from Chelsea.
He was on loan from Chelsea to Fulham?
Yep.
Gail Kakuta.
What?
Just trying to think of Chelsea on loan players.
He played a lot for Chelsea. He played a lot for England. You know exactly who he is. You should know.
Hang on a minute. This is embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing because even Craig struggled with it for a while, and he's like, "Fuck." Yeah,
he's
weird with his football knowledge.
So he's a Chelsea player who played for Fulham.
Yep. Defender.
And England.
Defender.
Defender. How recent?
2006.
What? Are you joking? I don't know.
Wayne Bridge.
Oh God, him.
Yeah.
No, he's been erased from Chelsea folklore.
Well, that's only because
he has
I don't know how Wayne Bridge can be erased from Chelsea folklore because John Terry shagged his missus.
Because of the way he reacted.
Mate, he should have. What? You would have had more respect if he'd gone and knocked him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The way to react to that isn't to say you shagged my wife. So say you did. So we're working together in this building.
Yeah.
You go and have sex with Victoria right now.
Oh, don't say that.
Okay. Let's just say you did. You go and have sex with Victoria. I then come to work the next day and say to the boss and go, "Hi, I can't come here anymore because of him. He shagged my wife." And then the boss goes, "Okay, we'll work around that." You then get a call up to England, so I get a promotion. Go, "I'm not playing for my country because he's playing." Get a grip. That's ridiculous. Turn your back on your country because somebody's flown into your missus. He did score one of Chelsea's best ever goals, actually.
He undoubtedly should have laid out John Terry, but
he couldn't. He knew he couldn't.
So what's
I'm
worse?
not going to shake your hand, you little penis.
No, John Terry's in the wrong here.
No,
that's what you're forgetting.
John Terry's not in the wrong to Wayne Bridge. He's in the wrong to Tony Terry. The
worst thing is someone shagging your missus who you can't have.
Because what can you do about it?
It's embarrassing. But you have
do you think Wayne Bridge looked at it like that? Do you think Wayne Bridge was like, Terry can knock me out, that's a problem?
If you're not about that life.
Who could name a footballer that Wayne Bridge could beat up? Sean Wright Phillips. Sean Wright Phillips, because they like mates as well.
Yeah.
They go riding Harley Davidsons together.
Cool.
Say Sean Wright Phillips did it. Do you think Wayne Bridge would then beat him up?
Probably not.
No. So he just wouldn't.
I don't think so.
No, by the way, I am just like playing devil's advocate here, and I do fully understand that. Yeah, I get it.
And I mean, I'd go on record to say the Terry family is, Anyway, the other answer was Zat Knight, 2005. This week's bit of trivia. It's a little bit more. It's easier, but there's a couple of curveballs in there, right? How many Premier League teams have birds on their crests? And let us know in the comments below. Do not cheat or don't. We'll know you, we'll find you, and we'll fucking ban you. You got 2, all right? Obvious ones. Give me a couple.
I'll give you the obvious ones.
Go on, man.
Cardiff, Brighton.
What? There is a more obvious one than that.
Birds on their chest. Oh, Tottenham.
Yeah, come on, mate.
Cockerel.
But that's fine.
Is it a bird if it doesn't fly?
Yes, that's still a bird. A chicken is a bird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, Rory.
Yes.
A dodo was a bird. Flamingos are birds. None of them can fly.
Crap birds.
Hey?
Penguins can't fly.
Penguins can't fly. Are they?
Penguins not
Yeah,
birds.
they're birds.
Mate, don't just listen to him and take it as gospel. Yeah, penguins.
Hang on, let us know in the comments below. Is a penguin a bird? Because
A penguin's not a bird, sure.
it looks like it's got a beak and it's got what would have been. This is a bit confusing. They're definitely birds.
I'm actually questioning myself.
They're definitely birds. Is a penguin a bird?
A
It's
chicken.
got a
They
beak.
lay eggs.
Yeah, they do lay eggs.
Is that the
So does
definition of a bird? So does a
So
spider.
does a platypus. A platypus a bird.
So does a spider.
Bird eggs, though.
What, spider?
Well.
No, that's stupid. The spider doesn't help this conversation at all. To let us know, the other ones are, obviously we've got, as you said, what was it? Brighton and Cardiff and Spurs are easy ones. There's one other really easy ones. No, actually, the 5 easy ones, and I've just given away the question. Let us know what the other one is. Fuck me, what an absolute disaster. James has got to come back very soon.
Where is James?
He's gone on holiday.
Where's he gone?
Montenegro. Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
so have you ever been to that part of the world?
I've been to Serbia. I haven't been to Montenegro.
Good. Have you ever had a dream about... Stop looking at that picture because we're not going to do that bit.
Are we not talking
No,
about
it's too heavy.
Okay.
What have you ever had a dream about a professional footballer?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, is that complete? Have you ever had a dream about
Yeah, but I've
professional
told the story about Sean Derry and his vagina many times.
Okay.
We've got a couple of people sent these in. Let us know if you think these are true, Rory,
Okay.
or not. Callum Nickel 4, he says, I had a dream that Nabil Fekir was working in the offices of the Liverpool Echo after his failed transfer, and he'd already bought a house in Liverpool and wanted to put it to good use. Me being the flying wall, I was hopeful that he would still sign for the club as he worked for the paper. He woke up disappointed. Is that true or false? That sounds true, innit? It's like all
Yeah,
these
it
ones.
sounds true. I mean, yeah.
I had a dream about Gazigniga last night. The Spurs fans are going a bit mental about Gazigniga because he's a beautiful man.
Right.
And I had a dream that I was in and amongst the Spurs camp, and I was talking to what I thought was Gazigniga, but it wasn't, because I look at him and go, he's not a very good looking bloke, this bloke. And it turned out it wasn't Gazigniga.
Who was it?
It's just some other bloke.
Okay.
I don't know who. He played for Spurs.
Well, I'll never forget where I was when I heard that story.
Well, I'm just saying that these things happen.
This is up there.
This is a better one because this involves a Chelsea. This involves a Chelsea player. Matt Layton 4. He says, last night I actually had a football dream. I was at a theme park and I went on the Ferris wheel and I sat next to none other than Chelsea winger Willian. The attendant lowered the safety bar on the cart and I began to swing the seats back and forth like you would to wind up your mates. While swinging, the safety bar came loose, but for some reason I didn't tell the attendant and Willian didn't say a word. Maybe it's because I've never heard him talk before. Who knows? The wheel began to spin and we went up in the air, both fully aware that the fault on our cart. We somehow made it to the top without the fault and began to make our way down. As we reached the bottom and we were only a few feet off the ground, William fell out of the cart and became trapped between the cart and the dirt. Somehow I ended up outside the cart and instantly realised that the Chelsea white man was no longer with us. I walked away from the scene. A word began to spread about William's unfortunate death. Filled with guilt and wishing I'd never rocked the cart, I continued walking, left the theme park and then woke up.
Matt Layton killed William.
Yeah. What's all that about?
Slightly morbid.
Yeah.
Because effectively what you're saying is, I mean, it's a story that's been sugar-coated quite nicely because theme parks have positive connotations. But effectively, you've murdered a footballer.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
What's the worst thing you've ever done in a dream that you can talk about?
I don't think I'm not into dreams. I'm not you know, like my worst thing.
Yeah.
Like, and this isn't a knock at you or this strand, but the worst thing that can ever happen to me is someone goes, "I had this dream last night." I think, who cares? Like, nobody cares. I really don't want to hear it. And it's got to the stage now where I feel that my time is so precious that when somebody does start that chat, I nip it in the bud straight away. Like, look. Tell someone who cares. Because I don't.
Yeah,
I can't have it at all. I've got no interest.
Good.
But yours I like.
Yeah.
And for the pod I don't mind.
Right.
But in my own time, because this isn't my time, this is your time. You've bought this time.
Yeah, this isn't a favour, unfortunately. Disappointing headlines of the week. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago, we had the story that Sanchez dropped a packet of crisps outside of a supermarket. And that was the story. This week...
What, he littered?
No, he dropped it and then picked it up.
Oh, right.
It was a full pack of Doritos.
Okay.
The Sun And, we've clicked so you don't have to. Romelu Lukaku slows down to let horses pass outside Man United training ground.
Oh, do you see what they've done as well? They've used a pun. Because he's in a car, they're talking about the horsepower. And there's horses involved.
Yeah, Romelu Lukaku might have plenty of horsepower in his £100,000 car, but is of no use as he slowed down for some horses en route to training.
Do you know what's responsible for this nonsense? Do you know why? It's
people.
It's the internet. That doesn't make a newspaper.
Yeah.
It's the internet. It's the fact that everybody is now so on the hunt for news, and reporters and newspapers feel so compelled to constantly churn out stuff, clicks.
Of course, yeah.
That is now a headline. Because I think there are some people that are so tribal and so partisan about their love of Manchester United that they see the words Romelu Lukaku, that they click, job done. People need to stop clicking.
I mean, it's proof that it works.
Probably, you clicked it.
Well, I clicked it for the point of they're looking how ridiculous it is, but to them that's a click and an ad.
Exactly.
So, it's the state of the media currently.
That sort of news is...
And the media is always reflective of society as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Flames advice. This is the bit where me and James give advice to people, love life advice. It might be sexual advice. They want to deliver a 3-to-1 orgasmic ratio. We're the people you need to speak to.
Okay.
That's 3 for them, 1 for you.
Okay.
All right.
Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
You guarantee this.
I guarantee it to any woman.
Like Keith in The Office.
This isn't. We haven't actually got any Flames advice to give this week, but I just wanted to make a point. Last week, James went on a rampage about 2 Spurs fans who got married
in a building site.
It's nearly finished, and he said that it's like that's the pathetic way to get married. He said that that they're both wearing Spurs shirts and how do you get proposed in Spurs shirts and that sort of stuff. And I was like, you're being intensely harsh here. You mentioned a problem about the person's weight. It's mad.
He's completely correct. He couldn't be more correct.
All right, well, we got a message from iChorus. She said, I would love to be proposed to at Anfield, James. Some women love their teams as much as men do. Anfield is a dream vacation for me. To me, I would be so over the top ecstatic to have the love of my life proposed to me there. Also, some women think of themselves as beautiful when they wear the team's jersey and don't give a shit what anyone else thinks. Love you, but you are so wrong.
This person is so incorrect.
No, it's not.
So incorrect. It's as incorrect as the way they spell ecstatic. That's how incorrect they are.
It's nothing.
They're incorrect and illiterate.
It is nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do with you.
No, it's hugely to do with me.
No, it isn't.
It's hugely to do with me. You're talking to me about it.
No, I'm not talking to you about it.
You've made it my problem.
Rory, I'm not talking to you about this.
Well, you are.
I'm not. You're here when I mentioned it. I'm not. This isn't aimed at you.
Mate, I care now. So it's now become my problem.
Look, as you've said,
I can't be on a podcast.
We paid you to do what we need you to do. I don't need you to do anything.
I refuse to be part of anything that celebrates this sort of ridiculous behaviour.
Fuck's sake. This is about them being Spurs fans, are you?
No, it isn't. It's anyone. It's anyone. And also, this nonsense here, I love my team. Yeah, I love my team. I love them because I've been going there every week since 1989. I love them as well. But we can get married at Stamford Bridge because I'm not a moron.
Fucking hell. Some would argue that's not true. Anyway, got a couple quick questions for you to answer. Pinan, he says, will Tottenham forever be bottle jobs?
Yeah.
Okay, probably. Are Liverpool nothing but huge nearly men?
No, that's not true. They are very destined. They are so destined to win a trophy very soon.
When you got knocked out of a cup match, does that not make you bottle jobs?
But a bottle job tag isn't something that comes up. A bottle job tag is something that is imparted and christened on a team over a decade or so. It's not something like Chelsea won a trophy 6 months ago. Like we lifted a trophy at Wembley.
Yeah, no, all right, fair enough. You make a good point. And finally, are QPR a waste of time?
Who?
Do you have a beef with QPR? Do you guys? I know the firms might have done.
Yeah, Chelsea and QPR. I don't like Rangers. I've got no time for them at all. A lot of my good mates are QPR fans, so I don't like them. My ex-bird is a QPR fan.
Yeah, how did that end?
Really well, Flav, we're married.
I mean, what happened?
No, badly.
What happened? Do you not want to talk about it?
No, we could talk about it, I suppose. I'm definitely blocked on social media.
Give you some advice.
No, the ship has sailed.
We had so you don't make the same mistake again. Go on.
No, this is not. My ex-bo's a QPR fan. A lot of my mates are QPR fans. I've got no love for QPR.
All right, fair enough. Thank you, Rory, so much. That's the end of the One for the Weekend podcast. Once again, massive apologies that you've had to sit with Rory this entire time.
Sorry
I
about
know
that.
it's not what you wanted, but it's either that or no podcast. And obviously, I'm massive grateful to Rory because this is the only time we get to spend time with him now.
Because you don't ring me.
I send you WhatsApps every now and then.
For something. You WhatsApp me for something.
That's because every time I've asked you to do something, you've pied me off.
No.
Oh, I've got to go to a stag do in Ibiza.
I've told you so many times, Flav. I'm desperate to work with you.
Yeah.
It's a dream. This is what I live for.
All right.
But I'm not available on Friday. You forever phone me and say, can you pop in on Friday morning? It's almost like you're trolling me.
All right, fair enough. Remember to subscribe to Bull Streets. The podcast will be available on Acast. We'll upload all of the ones from this season and you'll be able to download it and listen to it through your podcast app. Remember, if you got this far, subscribe if you haven't already. Most of you probably have. But share the podcast. The only way people get to know about podcasts is if you share it. All of you say how great this podcast is and how much you love it. Prove it. Prove it. So share it with your mates. Go on Twitter now and go, have you heard this great podcast? Listen to it. Because if you don't, this is not going to be around forever.
Exactly.
So prove it.
And also, if it does stop, I will literally never see you.
I saved mine and Robbie's.
See what I mean? I think we finished on that. I'm going. I'm out of here.
Save mine and Rory's relationship. I think I've already just fucked it, haven't I? And also remember to save Adam's job. We don't get to 100,000 by Christmas. He's getting sacked.
200,000 subs.
100.
100,000 subs. So Adam's out the door.
Yeah.